Hello, dear children. As many of you had approached me on how to solve the English question paper for the upcoming exam of CBSE 10th standard board exam question papers, so I thought let me just make a simple video which will help you understand on how to solve your paper. First of all of you, if possible, sit with a question paper in your hand or any solved paper that you have done. Keep that with you. It will help you to easily understand as I break the paper section wise and also note down the points that I am going to tell you. Now, the paper is actually designed in a way that it is always better to solve the paper in an order. Most of the times, as I have been always telling also, that do not, it is actually convenient for a child that, okay, this section is easy for me, so let me solve this section first, let me solve the other section next. But basically, if you look at it, the paper is designed in such a way that one must try to solve it in order. Section A, Section B and Section C. The first Section A, which is comprising of passages. Now, the CBSE has also allotted exclusively 15 minutes for the child to thoroughly read the paper. Now, when you read the paper, it automatically clicks you that these questions are easy for me to write and you are mentally prepared to write your answers. Also, when you are reading the passages, please read with understanding and keep a pencil in your hand. Mark the keywords that you find out in the passage. Along with that, when you go through the questions of the passage, try to recollect the keywords that you have marked in the passage, whether they relate to the answer that comes to your mind. Do not try to unnecessarily complicate the paper because the English paper is all about the clarity and the comprehension that you get after reading the passages. The second most important thing is that when you're reading the passages and you're writing down the answers, follow the sequence. Again, everywhere following the sequence is utmost important. If there are any MCQ based answers, do not write just simply the options. Like if the answer option is B, just do not write B and leave the answer like that only. Please don't do that. Write the option also correctly in front of it. This is like the toppers, the children who top the exams, they always mark their answers, they write it and they complete the answer. It is not a maths paper or any other science paper where you will just write the options and keep. Whereas in science also you must basically write the whole answer, but for English you must write the entire answer. Then neatness is of utmost important. Your paper presentation speaks a lot about how much you have understood the paper. As and every time as it has been told that please leave a line after every answer. Properly mark the heading as section A on the top and then answer in a sequence. In case some particular answer like answer number 7 you are not able to do, leave 2 lines or 3 lines as per the demand of the answer and then move on to the next. Complete your paper and come back to that answer at the last. Now when you're writing the answers, do not write unnecessary points in the answer. Again, I'm telling you, it is all about clarity. If it is a 2-mark question, give clear 2 to 3 points in your answer, and if it is a 1-mark question, give 1 precise point that is related to the answer. Unnecessary writing will not fetch you marks. Section A is all about short, precise and direct answers. If you follow this, I am sure you will get out of marks in your section A. Now coming forward to section B. When you are solving section B, it is comprising of the grammar and the writing skills. Now grammar is a topic where you get easy marks. Again, follow the sequence, write your answers in the sequence, write the answer number properly, and when you are doing the error correction question, properly write the word error and correction and write the answers under the proper head. use a good handwriting, leave a line, and keep your paper neat. After the grammar section comes the writing section. In your writing section, the first is your letter writing. We get only a formal letter to write, so practice the formal letters thoroughly. Follow the format that has been taught by the teacher in the class. Write the name of the addressee properly. Everything in the letter should be aligned. The address, date, salutation, subject, the content, and the ending, the conclusion. Everything should be in a proper line. Now, if suppose you start the letter on one page and it goes on to the next page, do not worry. It is okay. But you just keep the clarity and the cleanliness of the paper in your mind. When you write the address, because the format of letter writing is very important, and that will surely fetch you marks. So when you write the address properly, give proper punctuation marks wherever required. After the address, follow the date format. Do not write the date as, suppose today is 19. So don't write 19/2/26. This format is not allowed. Better write 19th February 2020. Below the date will come your subject. You may underline the subject, you can highlight the subject, and keep the subject short and catchy. Below that are your salutations. When you write respected sir / madam, do not do that. If the letter gives you a clarity of whom you are writing the letter, you can then write sir or madam accordingly. But if there is no clarity in the letter as such, stick to respected sir. Give a comma after that and write the content nicely. The letter has to be written in 3 paragraphs of your letters are very important. The first paragraph, because any letter that is given to you, the letter writing that is given to you, talks about a problem and you have to write it to the respective personnel to give a solution for it. So, in the first paragraph, do not forget to mention the problem that has been given. Please nicely write about the problem that has been said. In the second paragraph, write down what are the impacts because of that problem that you are facing. Whatever impacts are happening in your surrounding, on you, or whatever, that should come in the second paragraph. And your third paragraph should end with a conclusion and a solution that yes, we hope that you will surely look into this matter and give us a strong solution. You can suggest solutions to them over there. And then lastly, please end with a positive note. The closure must be positive. Thanking you in advance as we are waiting for your quick response. Below that, please write yours sincerely. Do not use the word faithfully. Faithfully is not allowed. Please write yours sincerely, and then you can end your letter by, if the person's name is mentioned in the letter, you can use that, or you can simply write XYZ. Next comes the analytical paragraph. The analytical paragraph in itself is to analyze the information that has been given to you. It can be an argument, it can be a data, and put it in your words. Now, when you put it in your words, do not forget to use connectors in your answer. The connectors that are there, like although, in contrast, as well as, though it can be done in that way. So use these connectors in your answer, and do not forget to highlight your connectors. Your answer should be linked. Again, your answer should follow a sequence. Your ideas must be organized. You should not write in an haphazard way. One point of the previous data that is given and the other point of the last data that is given. So organize your ideas very well, because in CBSE, when the papers are checked, you are given marks on the content, on the format, on the sequencing, that is the organization of ideas that you have put forward, and the marks are allotted in that way. when you are writing the analytical paragraph, make sure that you finally conclude by giving a clear objective. You should always use a positive and a clear objective when you conclude. One page of your analytical paragraph is enough to give a proper argument for and against the topic. Do not give one-sided answer. You have to have a balanced answer which is for and against for the data that has been given to you, that has been provided to you. Do not use emojis, miss paragraphs, or forget the subject line. Stick to the subject line while writing your letter and your analytical paragraph. Then here your section B is over. Moving forward to section C. When you are answering section C, it is all about your literature and the reader book. The questions are based on that. So when you write them, you must understand that the answers that you write, again, sequence to be followed, keywords to be marked. See to it that you write full options. In section C, which is based on your literature, you must ensure that again you are following the sequence. Write section C on the top, underline it, underline the keywords, follow the instructions that have been given, read the question thoroughly and try to understand what has been asked. Before you write an answer, ask yourself the question that what is the question asking me, and write only that much. Do not get into writing the entire summary or the entire story of the answer. That you should avoid. Mark the characters well. Use the names of the characters in your answer and give a precise answer. Use words from the textbook. Follow the story sequence. Do not jump from one point to another. Again, in that you know the story very well. So don't write abruptly. Your answer should not be abrupt. Again, I am telling you, your marks will be given on content, accuracy and organization of ideas. So keep this in mind while you write the answers. It is not expected for you to write big, long answers and where you are writing the entire summary. No. Write short and only write what is the demand of the question. Suppose if the question says, give the character sketch, so speak only about the character. If the question is been asked to write the theme, so stick to the theme. If it is asking about inference, write the inference. Inference is the conclusion. Now, in inference also, please try to read the question and understand whether it is an inference from the author's point of view or it is an inference from your point of view. And accordingly, you must write your answer. The most important thing is do not write your answer in points, neither in the letter nor in analytical paragraph and nor in your long answers or short answers. You are not supposed to write your answers in points. Rather, you are expected to write your answer in paragraphs. It should be a proper, well-structured answer. It should be relevant. It should have the keyword. Enter the hall with full confidence. Read your paper thoroughly. Mark the keywords that you write. Write precise answers. Do not go for writing unnecessary points. You know it. You have done it all. You have done ample of practice. There is nothing to worry. It is not about the lengthy answers that you write, but it is about how much you have understood. And the last most important point is do not forget to write the mood or the value points that the lesson has been teaching you or what you have learned from that lesson. Value points are of utmost importance. Mention the character which has taught that value point to you or from whom have you learned that value point in the lesson. Go with a calm mind and all the best. I am sure that you all are going to rock. All the very best.